All right, so good morning, y'all. Y'all, I have to say that now that I live in Oklahoma. Anyway, if you remember, by the way, today is June 14th, 2024. Everybody knows what that means, right? What? What? You don't? Well, it's Flag Day, so get your flags out. Show how much you love this country. We love this country, even though there's lots of issues right now. Okay, that's not what I was going to talk about. So if you remember, my last video, I was getting a swarm out of a swarm box at Betty's. And I said I was going to put it over here in this 5 frame. Well, notice there's no 5 frame there anymore. What happened? Well, first off, I got over to Betty's late, and so I couldn't really film because by the time I got here, it was just about dark. I kind of pushed the envelope on this one. This was a good swarm. This one was just about 5 frames packed. So in between getting this swarm and going through a few hives, I decided to go through this hive here because this hive was, man, I had a lot of bees. And I mean, even notice now, there's not a lot of activity at the front. Well, this hive was rocking. So I started noticing while I was home for just a few days before I had to leave again, that there wasn't much activity. I'm like, oh no. So I ended up going through it day before yesterday when I picked up the swarm. Anyway, and found it was queenless. I mean, there was no brood, no eggs, no anything. It was all full of honey. This is the one too that I took 8 frames of honey out because it was honey bound. So I really need to go through it again. I will once once I finish doing this. So if you look at it, you're like, what does he have going on? So what I did, and for you newer beekeepers, maybe you haven't experienced this yet, but if you have a queenless hive like this one was, you can do it through, like I'm doing, a swarm. You can even, take bees from another hive with the queen, and put a whole box on. See, this is a 10 frame and that's a 5 frame. And then I put this little top on to cover up the rest of the frames. Anyway, if you notice, there's newspaper right there. That newspaper's in between that bottom box, brood box, and the queen and all the bees that are in there. What you do, and I'll lift this lid in a second, but what you do is you cut slits in that newspaper, so that newspaper separates the swarm with the queen in it from the bottom boxes. You cut some little slits in there because what happens is the bees that are already in this box, if you try to introduce the queen too quick, sometimes they won't accept the queen and they'll kill her. And so by cutting the slits in the newspaper, it allows the pheromones of the queen to get into the bottom boxes slowly to where they will accept her. Now, I'm not going to really get into this thing. I'm just going to lift the lid because I don't want to mess with them too much until I know that, they're down in this box. So I'll wait another day or two. And that's about what it takes, maybe 3-4 days for them to chew through and get in there. So it all depends, but that's what's going on here. So now I have these 5 frames to add to this box and the queen. All right, I'm going to pause this a quick second, put my gloves on just in case, and then we'll lift this lid up and we'll just look inside there real quick. All right, well, we're on another video. I hit a button, I'll have to put the two together. But anyway, so here we are. I'm going to lift the lid and let's take a look and let's just see. I haven't looked in here yet since I put them on top. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, and as you can see, I mean, this box is full of bees. They're nice and quiet. So, I don't know. I don't think we can see down in there. We got a shadow here, but no, not really. All right, so I'm just gonna leave this 5-frame on here for a couple more days, and then we'll see how well that they've chewed this newspaper off there. So that's about it. Here's the swarm trap. There was a few bees that stayed in there. You can kind of see them in the bottom. They're dazed and confused. They don't know where to go. Poor gals. Yeah, so that's it. That's it for today. Just a short one. I'll be back in a day or so, and we'll lift that lid and look inside there. Thanks, guys. Appreciate everybody. Keep watching. Bye-bye.